Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at Parshas Mishpatim. Probably, Parshas Mishpatim is the parsha with the most Rashis in the Torah. So we have a lot here to choose from. And it's very interesting because if you learn Gemara, so then this is an amazing review of so many Masechtas, one after the other, Rashi after Rashi. The Psukim are dealing with all the major issues that come up in Nashim Nezikim and other parts of Shas as well. And going through the Rashis in these parsha is like a quick review of Shas. It's really quite remarkable. And some people in Parshas Mishpatim, there are no stories. This is the first time, the first parsha in the Torah, until maybe the very end of the parsha goes back to discussing events at Har Sinai. But the first time in the Torah that huge chunks, in fact, the majority of this parsha is not a story. Up until now, since Bereshis and through Shemos, we've been dealing with parshas that have told us about the Avos, they've told us about the Shvatim, about Klal Yisrael in Mitzrayim, and now finally here we're getting into the mitzvahs of the Torah. Rashi here in the very beginning of the parsha says something what seems to be very simple actually, but it's very profound when you think about it. You take a second to think about what Rashi is saying over here. It's the very, very beginning of the parsha. The pasuk says, "Ve'ela hamishpatim asher tasim lifneihem." These are the judgments. These are the laws that you should put in front of them. These are the basics of the daily life of the Jewish people, how we behave with each other. A lot of these halachas, in fact, maybe even the majority of them are inyanim, they're ideas of ben adam l'chaveiro. And right here in the beginning, the parsha, Rashi says, why did it say ve'ela mishpatim? So Rashi says that there's a difference between the word eile and ve'ela. Well, there's extra vav. When it's coming to say ve'ela, which it does in our parsha, it means that it's coming to add, moisif al rishonim, to add to what was just previously mentioned. What was just previously mentioned? Kabbalah Satira, Parshas Yisro. Right before this, the very end of Parshas Yisro, we talked about the Eser Sedibros, the Kabbalah Satira. And on that, Rashi says, Ma harishonim misinai, just like what we were discussing in the last parsha was about Har Sinai. So too, af elu misinai. So too, everything that we're going to be saying over here, all the next number of mitzvahs, one after the next, halachos, one after the next, are also from Har Sinai. Now, this seems to be very pashut, right? Of course, isn't the whole Torah is from Har Sinai? So the truth of the matter is that, of course it is. Of course it is. All the Torah, Hashem gave Moshe to give to Klal Yisrael the whole Torah, and that's what it says. Eila mishpatim asher tasim lefneihem. These are the laws that he was talking to Moshe. Moshe, this is what you should give. Give this to Klal Yisrael. So what's Rashi saying over here? And the truth is that it seems, of course, it's from Har Sinai. It seems very pashut. But think about it for a second. Har Sinai was the greatest event of all time. It was remarkable. The pasuk says in last week's parsha that you were able to see what's normally heard. All the Jewish people were healed. Every person could see, every person could hear, every person was standing. It was a monumental, the greatest event of all time. The inspiration must have been beyond our imagination. It must have been amazing. But comes along the Torah, and the very next step is very nice. You got a lot of inspiration. You heard directly from the Rabbeinu Shalom. Spirituality. We're raising ourselves above the physicality. But you know what? You're not going to be able to stay there. We're human beings. We're going to have to live in this world. We're going to have to make parnas in this world. We're going to have to deal with other people in this world. So it's really nice to try to be spiritual. And it's really nice to have inspiration. And everyone, we should always try to inspire ourselves. But the nitty-gritty of life needs to also be infused with Kedusha. All the details, the way we treat each other, the way that we speak to each other, the way that we deal with each other in business, the way we deal with our neighbors. All of these parts are the little things that make up life. All of these things can also and should also be infused with Kedusha. How do we do that? How do we take that inspiration and bring it down to the physical world, our day-to-day life, and how we treat our family, our friends, our neighbors, and everybody in our community? How do we do that? Ve'ela ha-mishpatim. These laws were given just at Sinai too. You have to realize that when we're given the Torah is not about being inspired all the time. Nobody's inspired all the time. The Torah is about living the Torah. The Torah is about from the Modeh Ani in the morning until the Hamapil at night. The way we sleep, the way we eat, the way we act, everything that we do is about the Torah. I heard a great story many years ago that there was a person that got interested in Judaism. And I actually think this person was a goy. He was Megayer. What inspired this person? What was it? What did he see? So he said, what was a great sefer that inspired him? Maybe it was a very deep sefer, an hashkafa like Michtav Meliyahu. Maybe it was something, an inspiring drasha that he heard, a recording of a great speaker. Maybe it was some depth of Kabbalah that he heard. No. You know what it was? It was the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. The Kitzur Shulchan Aruch is a great sefer. It's a wonderful sefer. But inspiring? I don't know if it would fall into the category of inspiring. Maybe some people would be inspired by the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. But this person was inspired. He was inspired by the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Why? What was it about the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch that would inspire somebody? What it was that as he's going through the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch and learning it, reading it and learning it, he came to a very clear understanding, something that he never understood before. You see, in most of the religions of the world, so you have to pay homage to whatever their avodah zarah is. Give the avodah zarah its little piece, and then you can take whatever you want. Then I can do whatever I want. That's what a religion is. A religion is for the weekends. A religion is go to their base of avodah zarah, their houses of worship, do the things that you need to do once a week, once a month, once a year, whatever it is. And then you're a good fill in the blank. And now, after that, I can do whatever I want. It's like you have two lives. One life is my religious life, and then I have the rest of my life. By reading the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, he came to the understanding that no, in real Yiddishkeit, in real Judaism, it's not like that. Your life is what the Ribono Shel Olam wants. Reading the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says, from the moment you wake up, you're a servant of Hashem. Every single thing that you do has rules to it, has laws to it, the nitty-gritty of life. Every little step makes a difference. The way we eat, the way we sleep, our prayer systems, how we interact with each other, what we're supposed to be doing during our day. Everything is not only about the weekends. It's about the way we treat every single day. It's the way we prepare for Shabbos, how we come into Shabbos wanting, yearning for Shabbos, how we hold back from eating on Friday so that we can have our Shabbos Suda with Kedusha and Tara. It's the way that we act all the time. So this person understood this is not just a religion. It's a way of life. It's everything. That was inspiring because that involves the entire person. That's what I am. I'm connected to God in every single part of my life. That's Ve'ela Mishpatim. Realize that it's not just about the inspiration, about the song that inspires you. It's about what you do afterwards. That song that inspires you, are you going to get up and go learn? Are you going to go to the Beis Medrash? Are you going to say a nice word to your wife or your husband? Are you going to be nice to your neighbors even when they're getting on your nerves? Are you going to be able to control yourself when it comes to employees that aren't necessarily listening to you and the disappointments that come with life? Are you going to be able to follow halacha every step of the way? Because that's what Yiddishkeit is about. Ve'ela ha-mishpatim. This was given at Har Sinai too. This is just as important. This is life. That's what real life is. That's what the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch is. That's the inspiration. This is not a religion that you do one day a week. This is what life is. Like I said, every second from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, every moment, your entire life has a way of life that the Torah guides us. And Hashem says, this is how I want you to act. This is how you're going to be my nation. Not just with the amazing inspiration, but with every single day. Every single day. And that's what it means that the Avos, when they passed away, Avram Avinu Baba Yomim, he came with every single day. All the Avos and the Imos, they came with their days. Every day they worked hard. Every day I'm an Oved Hashem. Every moment I don't take a break. That's Ve'ele Mishpatim. Have a good Shabbos.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.